It all starts with the truffle worm and then goes downhill. Today, we're going to count down the top 5 Duke Fishron drops. These are some of the most powerful items currently in the game as of patch 1.2.4 and can not only be most devastating, but very mesmerizing as well. So with that, let's start counting them down with number 5. The Razor Blade Typhoon is a spellcaster's dream. Not only does it home in on its enemies, but it also does multiple attacks at the same time, which causes a load of damage. Now granted, launching multiple projectiles can drain your mana rather quick. Seeing how fast these things can kill enemies actually can help you get mana back at a similar rate. While this is a very damaging spell, it has its drawbacks on some bosses. Yeah, it will do a ton of damage, but you better have some mana potions just in case, because without them, you could be in a little bit of a mana shortage. Overall, the Typhoon is amazing damage-wise, just gotta keep an eye on that mana, but a very cool spell to say the least. Number 4. The Tsunami works great in a ranger's arsenal, and it turns one arrow into 5 in a very closely knit group. So you actually get 5 for the price of one arrow, which is pretty cool to say the least. The best arrows to use on this bow are non-piercing arrows to maximize your damage. Of course, it's best to use these against mobs with large areas so that way you can maximize the attack. One drawback of the bow is that it does not auto-fire, but still quite powerful to say the least. With the right modifier and accessories, it's actually quite possible to make this the most powerful weapon in the game, shredding endgame bosses in mere seconds. So this bow is not to be underestimated. Again, it was kind of hard to place this somewhere. Number 4 is nice, but under the certain circumstances, this could be easily number 2. Number 3. The Flareon is an amazing melee weapon with a 66 base damage, can easily be jumped up with modifiers, the right accessories, and you consider that this thing releases bubbles that are homing. The amount of damage it does can be quite sick. What's really neat is that this is auto-launching, which means all you have to do is hold the trigger button and it will just keep relaunching and releasing those bubbles. When you factor in the bubble attack, this weapon actually rivals the Terra Blade, so this is really powerful indeed. For all those flail wielders out there, this is the weapon you definitely want to have. It is not affected by gravity, and it can't be swung around, but still it auto-fires and releases some pretty devastating bubbles. Put the godly modifier on this, and then you'll be really shredding face. A really devastating weapon indeed. Number 2. While it does have short range, the bubble gun is one of the most devastating weapons in the game. It's rated higher than the Blizzard Staff from the Frost Moon. The DPS on this thing is rather sick. Of course, with range being one of the knocks on it though, you can't really argue with the amount of devastation this thing can dish out on enemies. This is a great weapon for spellcasters and mages out there who love their magic toys, because this one is really amazing. Once again, slap the godly modifier on this thing and just completely shred face. Go up against Plantera and watch the devastation begin. Don't expect the fight to last more than maybe 30 seconds. And finally, number 1. Did you think a weapon was going to wind up being here? Surprise! Say hello to the Fishron Wings. With a 1 in 15 chance to drop, these are the most powerful wings in the game besides the development wings. And quite frankly, those shouldn't be able to be gotten anyway. But the Fishron Wings are simply amazing. You can easily bound from the ground all the way up to the top part of the level in the right area. So how crazy is that? They give you unhindered movement in liquids, which means you're just blazing through water. 25% extra ascent speed, so now you're falling faster. And while you use them, there's bubbles. So there's the whole bubble theme going on. They give you the ability to bound 284 feet, which is the equivalent of 142 blocks, the most in the game. How wild is that? While certain weapons are wanted by certain classes, everyone can agree the Fishron Wings are something they would all like for their speed, flying ability, and just the sheer awesomeness alone. So that's going to do it for our Terraria Top 5 Duke Fishron drops. Please feel free to add your own top 5 down below in the comments section. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe for more Terraria Top 5s. gameplays, and other things as well as we close in on 5,000 subs. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time with more Terraria Top 5s in the future.